everyone. For math today, we're going to practice making a couple of different numbers with our base 10 blocks. So just try and make sure that you have your base 10 blocks there in front of you, the ones and the tens that were on the green cardstock paper. That looks like these. We're going to play a bit of a game. We'll call it Build It. So what's going to happen is I'm going to call out a couple of different 2-digit numbers, and I want you to try and make them as fast as you can. But if you need to add a little bit extra time, then just feel free to pause the video for a second. So you have your base 10 blocks in front of you. I'm going to start calling out some numbers. Let's see if you can make it. The first number is 18. Can you make the number 18 with your base 10 blocks? 18 looks like this. So we can tell what numbers in the ones place, how many ones we should have, and what numbers in the tens place, how many tens we should have. If you haven't already, you should have 8 ones there for you. So 8 ones looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have my 8 ones in the ones place. And I have a 1 in the tens place, so that means that I have one group of tens. I'll place my one group of tens. Your 18 should look something like this. The next number is 35. Can you make the number 35 for me as fast as you can? Looks like this. 35. There's a 5 in the ones place and a 3 in the tens place. How many ones should you have in front of you, and how many tens should you have in front of you? The next number is 58. Can you try and make the number 58? We're getting a bit more challenging, some bigger numbers. The number 58. 58 looks like this. There is an 8 in the ones place, so we should have 8 ones. There is a 5 in the tens place, so we should have 5 groups of 10 in the tens place. Your last number is 87. Can you make the number 87 for me? 87 looks like this. An 8. And a 7. There's a 7 in the ones column and an 8 in the tens column. How many ones should you have in front of you? And how many tens should you have in front of you? All right, grade 1. Great job with that. If you need to, you can keep practicing a couple of different numbers. Maybe you can have someone call out numbers for you, and you can try and make it as fast as you possibly can. If you have a brother or a sister at home, you can feel free to challenge them to see who can make it the fastest. There's one thing that I want to remind you of. We're going to do just a little bit of practicing with this. So the tens and ones can be shown not just with our base 10 blocks that we've been using, but they can also be shown by using groups of things. So we saw that in our textbook with the beans and balloons and pencil crayons and such. So I have a group of 10 markers here, and I have some single markers as well. My group of markers will be like the 10s, and my single markers will be like the 1s. I'm going to show you a couple of different numbers with the markers, and I want to see if you can just shout out what the number is, what I'm showing you. Okay, so I have one group of 10, and I have one single marker. So this is one group of 10 and one ones. What number would that be? It's like there is a 1 in the tens place and a 1 in the ones place. What number is that? All right, my next number, I have one group of 10, and I have 4 single ones. 4 ones and one group of 10. What is my number? 1 in the tens place and 4 in the ones place. If I have a 1 in the tens place and a 4 in the ones place, what's my number? Okay, let's try just one more. I still have my one group of 10s, and I have, let's count them real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 single markers. Almost another group of 10, but not quite. One group of 10 and 9 single ones. What is my number? It's like saying there's a 1 in the tens place and a 9 in the ones place. If I had a 1 in the tens place and a 9 in the ones place, what would my number be? 19 would be my number. Great job, grade 1. Can you please open up your textbook to page 137 today? On page 137, looks like this. We have a couple of puzzle pieces. For the puzzle pieces on this side, we have our 10s and our 1s written out. So the first one says 2 10s and 3 1s. What I would like you to do is match it up to the puzzle piece that shows you the number that has 2 10s, a 2 in the tens place, and a 3 in the ones place. On the bottom of the page are 3 sets of base 10 blocks. Count how many are in the tens place, count how many are in the ones place, and then fill in the circle that shows that number. Then you're going to turn the page 138. On page 138, again, we have some balloons. The balloons that are grouped together are like our 10s, and the single balloons are like our 1s. Write how many groups of 10 there are, write how many single ones there are, and then write the number it's showing you. You'll do the same thing with the bowling pins and the books, and then same with the baskets of apples and the single apples. And that is your work for today.